We made it. We're a month into 2023 and I'm also a month into making content full time, which is pretty exciting. We can talk a bit more about that later, but I just wanted to outline this is my new monthly review video and I'm going to change the format a little bit to how I've done it in the past. So the first thing I want to talk about is just a bit of tech news that's interested me or excited me recently, and that is the announcement of the new M2 MacBook Pros. And you've probably seen them if you're interested in Macs and that kind of thing, but they're pretty cool. And the one thing I wanted to focus a bit on is there was a video that Tyler Stallman put out. I definitely recommend watching it if you haven't seen it already, but he talked a bit about how with the original M1 in the MacBook Pros, one of the issues that it had was that if you stacked multiple layers of effects in Final Cut Pro while you're video editing, it would really struggle and slow down. And that has been my experience with the M1 Pro in my MacBook. For almost everything, it's super fast, super reliable. I have no problems with it. But when I stack multiple layers of effects like text or animation or stuff like that in Final Cut Pro, it just completely struggles, and it's even crashed my entire Mac multiple times. I made a whole video on it, so feel free to go check that out. But Tyler made the point that with the M2, at least with the M2 Max, which is the one he has, that issue is a lot better. It's still not perfect and it still struggles a bit with layers of effects, which is understandable because, you know, that's quite an intensive thing to be able to render in real time, but it's heaps better with the new M2 chips, which is really exciting. I don't think I'm going to be upgrading just yet because I only just bought this less than a year ago and it's still great. But it's good to know that that issue isn't just unique to me and that Apple actually is working to improve those sorts of things. So number 2, let's talk a bit about my favorite piece of tech for this month. And this month it definitely was the DJI Mini SE. Now I haven't put out any long form videos about the DJI Mini just yet, but that's definitely coming, so keep an eye out for it. And it's my first proper drone. I've had toy drones in the past, but this is my first proper drone with an actual camera, and I have been loving it so much. I think I've taken it for something like 30 or 40 flights already, and it's just so much fun. You can get such cool shots and such different perspectives. I think that's the first thing that really struck me, was how different a perspective it is to get high up above something and film it rather than just filming from the ground. Like it opens up a whole new world of possibilities for filming and content creation, all that kind of thing. And the cool thing about the DJI Mini SE is that it's really cheap, surprisingly cheap. Like it was cheaper than I thought it would be, and it's so easy to use. Honestly, like if you let go of the controls, it just hovers in place. It's really easy to pick up. The technology is pretty amazing. Like it'll automatically return to home if it gets lost or you lose connection with it. And I've just had so much fun filming with it. I've done a few Instagram reels with some of my footage that I've shot on the Mini SE. But yeah, keep an eye out for future content with the Mini SE. I'm going to do some review videos and tips and tricks and that kind of thing. So number 3, a new video technique that I've learned. Now this one I kind of knew about and I have used it in the past as well, but not for something creative really. And that is using masking in video editing. Now I use it for a really simple Instagram reel. If you don't follow me on Instagram, feel free to go check it out. I've been posting stuff on there 5 days a week. But basically I created this reel where I hung a pair of headphones from a fishing wire and then I used masking to just edit out the fishing wire. And it was really cool. Like I think again, it's these small things that just open up a whole world of possibilities because there are so many cool things you can do with masking. That's also been one of my goals for this month, has just been to learn new techniques, to try new things, just to experiment really, and that's what my Instagram has been a lot about as well. So number 4, something I've learned about content creation. And let me tell you, after 1 month of posting a video every single day, pretty much, I have learned, I reckon, more in this 1 month than I have in the previous 3 to 6 months, just because I've been posting more. And the thing that I've learned about content creation is, and this is quite groundbreaking stuff, it's hard work. And the funny thing is, I reckon it's actually not even the work itself, like the editing itself and the coming up with ideas and the script writing, all that kind of stuff. That's hard work in and of itself. But I think the hardest part is the kind of mental battle, honestly, which is kind of interesting, I reckon, for me to learn. And it's just the battle of like, will this work or will this not work? Because at the moment, this period of time for me is kind of a bit of an experiment with my YouTube channel. I'm trying to see if I can make it sustainable as a full-time living. And I'm about halfway there. So it's frustrating. I feel like I'm like really close, but also really far. And so it's kind of almost like every second day I go between believing that it's totally possible, I'm going to be able to make this full time, no problems, to being like, man, this is never going to work. I can't make a full time living off of YouTube. It's never going to happen. And so it's kind of like trying to stay calm or like balanced between the two extremes. And a big thing that I'm just trying to remember at the moment is really to focus more on process goals rather than results goals, because I think results will always go up and down, but what I can control is my output. So I'm going to stick to my output goals, which is 2 long form content per week, 5 unique pieces of vertical content, and then I post that across 7 days on Instagram, Facebook. So feel free to check me out on Facebook if you want to, and Instagram. But despite the fact that it's a challenge and it's a lot of hard work, I am loving it so much. It's so much fun. I really want to make this work as a full-time thing. And I do think at the end of the day that I will get there at some point. It's just a question of how long it's going to take. So we'll see. And last but not least, I just wanted to talk a bit about my favorite book this month. I've read a couple this month, but my favorite was Discipline is Destiny by Ryan Holiday. If you haven't heard of Ryan Holiday, I definitely recommend checking him out and his books. Discipline is Destiny is kind of like an inspirational book to inspire you to be more disciplined, basically. And for me this month, where I've had to be self-motivated, had to be self-disciplined in order to create all the content for my own stuff because I don't have a boss telling me what to do, it's been really encouraging, really inspiring. And he kind of just goes through a whole bunch of case studies of different people who are great examples of being disciplined and kind of the benefits that they got out of being disciplined people. So it's not so much a how-to as much as it's more of a case study of people who are disciplined. And yeah, if you're looking to be more disciplined, if you're looking to incorporate some new habits into your life, I definitely recommend it. It's a really interesting read, a really inspiring read. And yeah, that is the monthly review for January of 2023. Thank you so much to everyone who's supported me in the last month and just sent some encouraging words or subscribed or liked one of my videos or even just watched. Thank you for watching. It honestly blows me away that I even have a chance to try and make this my full-time job. Like, it's pretty crazy when I think about it, and even the opportunities that are coming my way and the people that I'm getting to meet, it's actually really cool. So thank you so much. I'll leave it there. Other than that, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you very soon in the next video.